history buffs. Ready for a journey back? Look at this encampment. The spirit of 76 is alive.
Freedom of future.
A true patriot savors these moments, but the fight for liberty calls.
To the encampment for freedom of future.
For liberty. This is what American patriotism is all about. Look at these flags. They represent our fight for liberty.
The hour our liberty is at hand. For freedom is brava. Secure our liberty. My fellow patriots, the hour of decision is upon us. Let us march forth with courage to secure our liberty.
Welcome to my colonial home. Today, Del Payne's work captures the spirit of We Fight for Independence. And our freedom. Greetings from the encampment. The spirit of liberty is strong. We will fight for our rights and our freedom.
Hour is late. We must enact. To the encampment for liberty. Soldiers, the enemy is near. Front line, flapping.
What does his sign say?
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're gonna keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Kim.
And okay, so you asked, what did the sign say? So everybody that was just watching that was Jake Lang, aka one of the failed January 6ers. His sign said, Black parents are failures. Well, Jake, you are a failure. You are a felon. So I guess that would make your parents a failure. This was at the BET Awards, guys, in Los Angeles. He also held other inflammatory signs saying Black culture equals disgusting, which led to people throwing bottles. Now, for everybody watching that's Caucasian tonight, the BET Awards is a night of Black excellence for most Black people. Even though we don't agree with all the Black culture, it is a night that represents the best of the best for Black people. It's been going on for over 20 years now. And I think it's disgusting that he showed up there. Leave Black people alone. Kim, what do you think?
That's despicable. I couldn't make out what his sign said. I was like, Black parents are what? What is he? Why the fuck would he go to the BT Awards? I am so proud to be from LA. That girl was like, welcome to Los Angeles. I was like, yes, bitch. Welcome to LA. That's right. They should have beat his ass. They didn't beat him up.
Well, they did. I think there's more clips. We'll find it. But he also made an appearance at the Olympic Games in Los Angeles. Let me show you what happened there. If you guys are watching, make sure you guys hit the like button and support the live. Here we go.
We are outside the World Cup game in Los Angeles, where Canada has been invaded by Indians. The capital of Canada is now Mumbai. This is the future of Canada. The future of Canada. The great replacement of the Americas. Stop the Indian invasion. Stop the Indian invasion of Canada. Freedom of speech, gun rights. What happened? You guys were a great country. They took everything from you.
Katy Perry's boyfriend did that.
Yeah, I know. What do you think about an Indian invasion of Canada with all the Indians flooding in? Do you think that they can't assimilate and it's changing the demographic too rapidly?
You want my honest opinion?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if I can give it.
Are you uncomfortable with the amount of immigration happening in Canada? I'm sorry. We're really, as Americans that also had our open border during the 4 years of Joe Biden, we feel your pain because we've been literally invaded by 20 million.
And I were a kid. Think about first grade. Think about your classroom. Think about your playmates. Now think about Canada today. Totally different.
It's a total different.
I just heard a little voice.
Yeah. For me, it was probably like 50%.
Yeah.
But now it's like 99.
Wow.
Oh, shut up.
So I'm going to allow this to play while we talk, just so we have background, Kimberly, for the algorithm. But I think it's weird. And this is probably how, like, we say we're Black conservatives. She clearly is on the Bush side, Kimberly. I'm not trying to judge, but you over here and you got a problem with the Indians when you don't fit the square peg that these people like to put women in. You don't look like the square peg yourself.
She's dykey. I'm sure they probably don't even agree with her.
Yeah.
Sorry, I love my LGBTQ friends. I have a lot of.
Yes, I love them too. But
I mess around like that with my.
It's weird.
With my friends, but she's what we now PC people. Well, I'm not PC, but that's what is now called a stud. So that's weird, and she gives off a weird vibe, and she gives off a weird laugh. And she's like, I can't say it. These people are stupid, but
creepy.
I disagree with them, but I will defend to their right to say it, as long as they're not being, inciting any violence or hurting other people. That's fine. I would love to see him get his ass beat. Is this the guy that our friend Andre?
Yes. Let me play the clip of him getting his butt beat for you, Kimberly, because I love you dearly. I'll play it for you. I didn't download it because I thought we was gonna have more friends show up tonight, but since it's just us, we got time. Here we go.
So this is the guy that Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck him up. I'm surprised he didn't get that beat. Is it a Confederate flag?
Yes.
Oh my god. Yes. He can't condone violence, but sometimes people deserve to get their asses beat. Mr. The watchdog corn dog. That is 100% true. People like this deserve to get their ass beat, if not more. Hi, Kamal. He's such a loser. I swipe right on these losers all the time, and then they try talking to me and they can't even keep up a conversation. He's giving small dick energy too. I can just tell.
Very small.
Tiny.
He was paid to spread propaganda. Absolutely. Someone said condoning violence, but someone else, we're not condoning violence. For me, I think the problem is leave Black people alone. Y'all got y'all way. Carmelo Anthony's serving 35 years. Why do you have to show up to the one of the Black excellent night of the year? I don't get it. Mind your business. You don't have to like Black culture. I don't get it. So
I'm condoning violence. Someone should beat his ass.
I've always had a problem with white tea supremacy. I never support or sympathize. I'm not a white tea supremacist sympathizer. You got the wrong person on the panel tonight. That's not me. I've always called out white tea supremacists. What I have an issue with is law. I do believe there needs to be law and order. However, not infringing on other people's rights. He's infringing on their rights to have their award ceremony. I don't understand it. Why are you there?
It is free speech, and I agree with his right to free speech, 100%. Free speech absolutist right here. But he also deserves to get his ass beat. I think somebody should beat his ass for sure.
He's been causing chaos across America for the past almost a year now, Kim. I mean, he's been doing this since November of last year. Andre Williams, who's a friend of the show, I'll play his clip, Kim. Tell me your thoughts on everything.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about, because that's who he keeps getting accused of being friends with, and Andre, our dear friend, keeps denying it.
I'll show it to you guys. 1 second. I'm pulling it up. I have to find it. Keep talking.
No, yeah, go ahead. Find it.
Yeah, no, I'm saying just keep talking because I have to find it.
Oh, okay. I absolutely have no idea who he is, but now I'm a fan of his. Clinton Killed Epstein. Oh, that is so funny. The username is Clinton Killed Epstein. And
it's almost like, oh, here we go. I found it. It was almost like we erased it. Hold on. I'm having a hard time finding the clip. It's almost like Andre told them to erase it. Andre, you got friends with the feds? You told them to erase the clips? Because now we can't find it. I can't find it anymore.
The clip of where Andre comes out in the background, right?
Yeah.
We've showed it before because I remember said, hey, I know him.
And now all of a sudden we
can't
find it.
We spoke with him after, and then he said it was just that I'm not a friend, and that was 6 months ago, and it's fine. I'm sure he's telling the truth. I'm just curious, like, why he was hanging out with this guy. This guy's a fucking loser. But I mean, that is just so honestly, this person deserves to get his ass beat. The Jake Lang guy. That's not even free speech. It's just freaking.
I'll find it, but I can't find the clips of Andre. I can't find it. Let me play it.
Kamal defending our friend Andre. I don't think he is. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Look at that little pig. Oh, so cute. Such a cute little pig. Why is he holding a pig? It's so random.
He's holding a pig because
God bless you, sir.
He's holding
Our country has dramatically shifted.
That's the Muslim
In just
prayer.
2 generations, we've seen the displacement of white people and Christians at the point of existential crisis. Existential crisis. Our way of life is under attack. White children will not have a future.
Oh my God. What? Oh my God. This is so stupid. Deport all Muslims. Ooh, wow.
That's what they all say, girl. Get ready. And when Morocco wins, I could only imagine it's about to really be on and popping once they win this World Cup.
That is
I can't
crazy.
find no more. I cannot find the clips with him and Andre. This is wild. I can't find them.
Well, I remember though. So I remember seeing it. So this is what happens when you get like these extremist, like hateful views of like immigration. People fear what they don't know. A lot of these people probably are just afraid of what they don't know. They probably never really had Black and Muslim and gay friends. And now, you know, they just hate people because they're just, it's like the lower vibrational of the hierarchy of emotions. Anger, hate, apathy. They're all very low vibrational, hateful feelings. And all we can do is pray for them. But honestly, these people deserve to get their ass beat. If you show up to the BET Awards with a sign that says Black parents have failed, I'm surprised my friends in LA did not beat this guy's ass. I probably would have tried, honestly. Why did you do that? That is so stupid. It's so freaking retarded. He should have gotten his ass beat a little bit more. I fully condone violence against this man.
He's now making the moves on the mayoral candidate, James Fishback, ex-girlfriend. Let's watch.
What would you say to the young man who's in that position right now, to where it's like he's in the dark, but he can't see?
The devil hates you. He wants you dead. And he's sending you temporary pleasures to mislead you into a world of addiction, into a slavery to lust. The devil's selling you a complete lie. He's the father of lies. And what he does is he tells you that if you're not a man if you don't have sex with a lot of girls. You're not a man if you don't make a bunch of money and buy bottles and drive sports cars and stuff. He's selling you lies to get you addicted to lusts and vices and greeds. He does not want you to be this free young man that can do anything. What he's doing is he's looping you in to alcoholism. He's looping you in to sexual depravity. And then once you're fully addicted, he will take away everything that was pleasurable in your life, and you'll be stuck rock bottom with alcoholism, with lust, with addictions, and all the fun that used to be the life of the party. You're going to be really hurt. You're going to hurt the people in your life. You're going to hurt your family. You're going to hurt your girlfriend, your wife, and you're going to be disappointed and dead broke, spiritually bankrupt. And I don't want that for you because I found myself there.
I can see it. This is Stewie.
He's spiritually bankrupt. You are sitting there and
yes,
listen, I'm all for people having the right to protest. You protest things in your neighborhood. You protest issues. You're literally going and protesting Black people. Make it make sense.
Well, he's not just going and protesting Black people, which is weird. You're just like protesting like Black parents. Like, what? That's your message? That's stupid. But it's just really hateful and it's ignorant. And he also looks like a douchebag. Honestly, I would talk circles around this guy. I get hit on by these guys a lot, and they're retarded. He probably doesn't really. I mean, that woman, I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know why you would date a man like that. There's nothing attractive about that man. He's a loser. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And then this just goes back to like inciting that hateful rhetoric. This is the extreme of that. After years and years and decades of all this hateful rhetoric against immigration, against people that look different from you, this is what we get. This is sadly the extreme side of that. And the thing that really bothers me is that they use Christianity to like push forward a hateful message. That's not.
I don't understand that. As somebody,
Christianity says love your neighbor.
The Bible's very clear. I don't know anywhere in the New Testament, maybe this is some Old Testament stuff, where it talks about hating another group of people because they're not Christian, because they're not followers of Christ. The way they go about this, your goal as a follower of Christ is to evangelize the world. It's not to spread hatefulness. It's not to spread disunity, because the Bible is all about unity and love, and that's not love. That's disunity. It's craziness. It's chaos.
It's literally not Christian at all. So he's not allowed to be Christian. He is disavowed from Christianity. I don't know what he can worship Baal, but he's not allowed to be Christian. Please do not blaspheme the name of Jesus. You are ashamed. Jesus is ashamed of you. We disavow you as Christians.
Well, he might have a fan on the panel. Here Mia is. Mia, what you think about Jake?
Oh, we still talk about that man? I thought, honestly, I don't know. He's not in jail yet?
She just showed a clip of him showing up to the BET Award in Los Angeles, in Inglewood, a majority black neighborhood, with a sign that said "Black parents are failing."
I never said I want him to get jumped. That's Kimberly.
I want him to get jumped.
I never said that. I want him to be jailed, like Mia's point. I want him in jail. Can we set the bond at $1 million so we avoid what happened to Chud the Builder?
No, he can.
That's what's next.
I mean, honestly, he can say whatever he wants to say. You know, it's our reaction to him. He just feeds off our reaction. So at this point in time, if people stop reacting, ignoring him, then he won't have a platform at all.
I wasn't too familiar with this guy until like recently. I'd seen him before, but he's literally a loser.
Well, let me play the clip of Andre because you really wanted that one, Kim. This is when
I was just curious because that everyone keeps asking Andre about that. Whenever we have Andre on, they ask him if he's friends with Jake Lang, and this is that guy.
This is him. Yeah, I'll play.
Yeah. Send ICE into Dearborn. These people have overstayed their visas. They're H-1B chain migration invaders, and they have come to this country to destroy our way of life. We know exactly your laws in your book about lying to our faces, pretending to be Americans, wearing your suits. We don't want you here. Respectfully, get the fuck out of my country. I don't want you here. We don't want you here. I don't want you here. I don't want you here. You guys are not us, and get the fuck out. America first. America only. God bless America.
That America first narrative is kind of crazy coming from a small hat person who's a Zionist. Like, that is crazy to me.
He's a Zionist?
Yes, go ahead, Mia. I'm sorry. I'm going to play it while you talking.
I mean, he's a small hat person. He didn't want anybody to know, but yeah, he's a small hat person who's a Zionist. So it's like super crazy to me that anybody that's a Zionist says America first, because I mean, it's ironic. You can't support two countries fully at once. You have to pick a side. I mean, it doesn't work. You can't be America first, but be a Zionist. Like, it doesn't work like that. You can only serve one. So who are you going to serve? And when you ask Zionists that, they never answer. And then they try to turn it around on you. And it's because they don't want to admit that they don't serve America. They're not true patriots. And anybody who's a Zionist should be charged with treason.
This is him.
Oh, I'm going to defend our friend Andre right now. I don't think Andre would be friends with him.
Well, all this was out there before he went and show his ass up at that protest with him. This has all been out here for years and months, right, Mia? Because we talked about him before that protest. Because there was rumors about him there was something else he did, Mia. I forget, before Andre went out there with him, and it was all out there about this guy being a Zionist. Here, this is Andre's head in the video. You'll see. I'll play it.
Thank you so much for what you do. There we go. There's some bacon right there.
That's Andre right there?
I think so. He's around.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Why was he there?
He hung out with him. Girl, isn't it funny now, Mia? Mia, we cover this. I cannot find the clips of Andre now. Ain't that something, Mia?
Well, I mean, Andre got friends, so I'm not shocked. I'm saying this with love because I do like Andre. I have nothing against him at all whatsoever. He's a friend of the shows. I have nothing against Andre at all. But I am saying he got some friends in some places.
How do we get friends in places?
We can't, because we're genuine people. Nora and I already had this discourse. We already had this discourse, out of all the large content creators out there and just all of the creators that we watch, most of them are fake. We are probably the only genuine people out there.
Well, I cannot find it, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm not making it. Kamal, we covered this with Kamal. Kamal will tell you the footage is there of them hanging out. It's nowhere to be found now.
I remember seeing it because I pointed out, I was like, hey, we know him. That's our friend.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, does it pay to not be genuine?
It must. It must.
I'm really sarcastic. I do want to clarify. I don't believe in. I condemn all
Violence.
and I don't think that anybody deserves to get their ass beat. Sometimes I say things. I'm a wannabe comedian, but I do condemn all violence all the time. I love Jesus.
I don't know. Not me. Beat his ass. I don't give a fuck. Not me. Beat his ass. I don't care. I don't care. If you want to catch an assault charge, that's on you. You do you, boo boo. Go with God.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Well, we're going to move on. We're going to talk about what Mia want to talk about. We're going to talk about Iran. This is important. This affects us. So I was all excited. I thought, man, we about to have peace. No, there's no peace.
I'm sorry.
This is what, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is no peace. This is your friend up the road, your good friend of the show. This is Kimberly's not favorite guy. Here we go.
On the other side, the United States is rapidly running out of oil. Our strategic petroleum reserve is running out. And we're starting to see some alarm bells. People are starting to notice that U.S. oil reserves are running dangerously low, like so low that it's going to damage the infrastructure. It gets to a point where the oil, it quite literally needs to keep flowing through the pipelines, from the storage tanks, through the pipelines. If it doesn't, it messes with the pressure that pumps the oil out. If the level of oil in the storage facilities gets too low, the quality of the oil degrades. You're literally having problems with minimally low supply, such that the infrastructure will start to become damaged.
He's Italian.
This is where we are at. And this is starting to be reflected in the price. Trump came out today on True Social and complained that gas companies, gas stations were price gouging. He said, because even though the price of oil is going lower, the price of fuel remains high. And I would imagine the reason that is because the gas stations, maybe unlike the speculators, are pricing in that very soon we might see an energy shortage. Very soon we might run out of refined oil products, petroleum.
Okay, I know you guys don't like him. Mia, I'm just going to keep his face up here so we can get some groypers in the room because, you know, he got a big fan base. Tell us what's going on with the oil because you know a lot about it. Are we running out of oil? What's going to happen next?
I mean, so he's not wrong. And even the president himself stated, we have X amount of weeks left in the strategic oil reserves. Once they run out, they run out. I mean, we're not actively refilling these things anymore. We're trying to maintain the status quo until we can get the Strait of Hormuz open and until we can get or wheel and deal more oil. I mean, he's not wrong. I'm like, these are closed loop pressurized systems. They have to maintain their own status quo and their own amount of liquid and so on and so forth. I don't work in the oil industry. I can't tell you exact numbers, but he's not wrong. And this type of closed loop system does need to continue going and flowing. And as of right now, according to the oil companies, they're at capacity. They are doing as much as they possibly can when they possibly can. And a lot of people don't realize, especially with equipment like this, like, you have to do shutdowns, and a lot of these things have to stop, shut down, operate, you know, change outs and so on and so forth in order to fix them, you know, in order to get fixes and whatnot. And none of that is happening as we speak. And eventually this shit's going to start breaking because they do their own planned shutdowns of this kind of equipment and these kind of facilities. So, I mean, he's not wrong at all. And I think a lot of people are living in la la land. And I don't think the Trump administration planned on Iran even putting up a fight. And I don't think they planned on Izzy not following Donald Trump. Because right now we have two men vying for the big dog position. And, you know, we can only serve one master. So we need to see who's going to come out on top. Is it going to be Donald Trump or is it going to be Bibi Netanyahu? That's the question. Which master are we serving?
The half of the story that's not that we're missing here is what started this back up. So everyone's aware why I said the Iran war is not over in the title is part of the deal, the MOU or whatever they call it, was that that Iran was going to allow ships to pass. But the big question is it for a fee or is it not for a fee like it was before this whole thing started? Iran said, no ships are passing, and they started bombing ships. So what you guys are seeing that I pulled up is the ships now being bombed as they're passing through. And again, the media is lying to us. They're not really talking about this. Mia, you have anything to add about that?
I mean, not really. It's the same old song and dance. It's, you know, strikes here, strikes there, return, try to talk, lie about a deal, make sure you talk about it. So when the markets close, you're manipulating it, blah, 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 yada, 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 yada. I mean, it's the same old song and dance. It's super played out. The United States will never get our dominant hegemony back. We have showed our asses. The fact that this has gone on for months, and we haven't done anything significant just proves that America is not as strong as we assumed we were, or our president and his administration are completely incompetent. Those are the only two options at this point in time. Because if we were truly strong, this shit would have been packed up in a couple weeks and would have been over with, and Iran would have dealt with us, and everything would be kosher. The fact that this has gone on for months and months and months and is dragging out just goes to show that we're not either as strong as we are, or this president's a fucking idiot. So something needs to give here.
Well, you know,
I think it's both. I think we are limited to our capacity to some extent, and it's showing. Our asses, you know, the emperor has no clothes, and also they're incompetent. These are really not smart people running the government.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll bring him back up. You know, he breaks it down really well, even though I don't agree. I agree with 20, I'll say 40% of what Nick says. Nick says, and this kind of was what Mia was saying, that how bad do we want to win this? And he breaks it down. We're not bad enough because there's more to lose.
Down fundamentally to who will collapse from exhaustion first. Iran's been through a lot. Their entire navy's been sunk. Their leader's been killed. Their leadership has been assassinated. They are running out of cash. Their economy's in free fall. They have a lot of problems. However, the United States is in a very different situation. We are not under a siege like Iran. We don't have that same siege mentality. And so as bad of a position as Iran is in, they're in it to win it. Their people have rallied behind the regime. The regime has total control over the society. And they've been through hardship for 20 years, longer. Is the United States in it to win it? Do we have a siege mentality? Are we ready to tolerate a recession? Are we ready to tolerate more inflation? Are we ready to tolerate a collapse of the stock market and everybody's pensions going down? Are we ready for true economic pain? Are we ready for fuel rationing at the gas stations in pursuit of this conflict in Iran? I don't think the will.
I'll mute him with the fans wall, but I just wanted to show that I don't think he's wrong in the sense of we don't want it bad enough. I think Iran wants this more. We're not even willing to send soldiers over there to die. Like, these people are willing to die. Are you willing to die today if you're a soldier watching this for this? I can tell you the answer is no. Me, are you willing to send your son over there for this? No. I can tell you the answer is no. Yeah, he's no. Right.
And, you know, and the Trump administration know that. They know. I don't know why they did this. This is what happens when you have bad nepotism, because you have people that know people or people that are related to people. That's like the real DEI of elitists is nepotism, because most of these places, most of these people in these administrative positions were given that, and they don't know what they're doing. There's like I've said many, many times, there was a reason why at the height of Afghanistan and Iraq, we did not go into Iran. When we had over 100,000 boots on the ground with multiple countries sending reinforcements and supplies, we still didn't go into Iran. We said it's not worth it. We're not going to win. This is just not something that we are going to undertake. And those people actually knew what they were doing. Bush and Cheney knew what they were doing, and they surrounded themselves with generals who knew what they were doing. Right? Their defense secretary knew what he was doing, and they still didn't do it for that reason. And we had over 100,000 soldiers. Donald Trump knows he cannot send boots on the ground because for that, that's it. That is literally
it. It would tank his favorability completely. And that's a good point. So it just goes to show like this was probably the worst fucking time to do it. That just shows that they're literally retarded. They're not smart. They're not competent. And it's the same people, ironically, who are always crying about not nepotism, but they're always talking about what's that one thing that they're always talking about, the how you have to like
DEI.
Not DEI, meritocracy. There you go.
Yeah.
The same people who always cry about meritocracy are the ones who actually benefit most from nepotism. So there you have that as well.
That was another funny thing that came out. This whole gas is supposed to be $2.50 thing. I'm seriously thinking about going into Wawa, turning on a camera and confronting them. Where my $2.50 gas? Gas is not going down, bruh. Gas is $3.65 here in Florida. I don't know about where you at. I can only talk for me. Gas is not going down. Is gas going down for y'all? We're all over the country.
No, I'm in Illinois. It's like $6.50, I think, right now.
Where I'm at, I'm in New England, northern New England. I think it was like $3.64. I got it yesterday. I want to say it was like $3.64 or something. I'm hovering around there, like $3.64. Which I mean, it was like $5 before. So I mean, obviously it's gone down some, but I mean,
not only that, what's going on in Venezuela is going to affect us, Mia. People are like, we're going to do a show. Well, we'll see if I come Thursday. If not, Kimberly, you can cover it if you want. We need to talk about what's going on in Venezuela, y'all, because they're not, the media is lying. Buildings are still falling as we speak. And also the refineries are impacted there. They're not telling you that. Like, all of this is connected.
Mm-hmm. Somebody in the comments is like, going against our president is going against everybody around you. Stop dividing.
I still support President Trump, but I love American citizens more than I love our president. How about that? I love this country more than I love a person.
Well, people don't realize you can say something, you can give constructive criticism and still love somebody, right? Like I can tell my kids, hey, I don't think that's a good idea, and still love them and give them the criticism they need in order to elevate. People need to people need to stop acting like everything giving criticism of any kind is somehow dividing. It's not. You're a little bitch. You're a bitch. If you cannot handle a little bit of criticism on what you're doing, and if you cannot stand 10 toes down and defend what you're doing, you're a little bitch. Shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to hear it.
Also, you have to stay consistent. You have to stay principled. If not, then these people in power are just going to do whatever the fuck they want.
I will say MAGA has no principles. I'm sorry. I like you, MAGA. I defended you for a year and a half, but you got no principles. He ran on no new wars. I ain't say that shit. Mia ain't say that shit. Kimberly ain't say that shit. He said that shit. And here we are. We're in a war. Like, bro, get over yourself.
And I don't love Trump. I think he's horrible. Sorry, I have a baby right here. I'm babysitting.
Oh, I thought it was my baby. I thought my son left the room. I'm like, why am I hearing a baby?
My friend went to go. I was gonna go watch the game, but my shirt didn't get here on time, and I don't want to go to a game without my shirt. So I stayed, and I told her to leave her baby. And he looks more like me than her. It's funny.
You know what's crazy is I came across this video of this man making really good points, because we're seeing a lot of progressives beat out established Democratic candidates. Like these people losing their primaries that they historically would win. Incumbents in the United States win at a 90% rate, which means like in order for you to beat an incumbent, that's pretty big. And the progressives are taking over. And his point was that Americans are softening their stance with socialism because Americans are feeling so disillusioned by crony capitalism, and the system has stopped working to the point where Americans are softening towards socialism, and they aren't as angry or they aren't as anti-socialist as you'd think they are. Even corn-fed people are softening their stance with socialism.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's why these progressives are winning.
Yes. Well, I say that all the time. I say that socialism is actually, it will moderate the crony capitalism. The real solution would be to tether minimum wage to the rates of inflation around the country, right? the federal minimum wage should be tethered around the inflation to around the country. The people can provide for themselves. They wouldn't live off of the social safety net. But socialism is appealing to people because it works. We shouldn't really have like a permanent state of socialism, a permanent state of welfare. We should have an economic system that helps people that work, that the economic system that benefits the people who actually work and generate and create the wealth. But instead, it's going to people who just push money around. The wealth is being concentrated, and we're feeling it. So yeah, socialism will help the people at the bottom. And I will say again, like I said last time, I'm skeptical of the Democratic Party because they're not democratic. They're anti-democratic, super delegates. So
speaking of Democrats, the leader of the Democrats spoke out this week. This is Obama and what he had to say.
Oh, Jesus. He's another neocon.
In terms of what was the original rationale for this war, which was there was a deal in place in which Iran had agreed not to develop nuclear weapons, that the entire international community, including Israeli intelligence, our own intelligence agencies assessed, was working. This administration, or a prior version of this administration, pulled out of it, which caused then Iran to develop more nuclear capacity. We've now fought a war, spent billions and billions of dollars, put an enormous strain on our military. A lot of people have died, and it feels like we're back where we were before we started the war, except maybe a little bit worse off. And my understanding is that the ceasefire says we've now got 60 days to develop a plan to deal with the nuclear issue, but we don't know yet what that plan is. So until there's some public document that indicates exactly what the agreement is, I have no way to compare it to the plan that we had put in place. Yeah.
It's at least a little bit refreshing to hear somebody so well spoken and eloquent compared to like Donald Trump, who's like not well spoken and not eloquent or good looking or appealing at all.
And drone strike on the Strait of Hormuz.
Facts.
But I mean, Barack Obama's a war criminal. That's rich. He didn't ruin Iran. Okay, he ruined Libya.
Did you guys see the footage from Al Jazeera? The small hat people from that country we can't talk about dropped the largest bomb since Hiroshima on South Lebanon. Al Jazeera released the footage. It was actually, I don't think I'd ever seen anything. I don't think I'd ever seen anything like it.
I did not see that.
Yeah, I think I sent it to the group chat on TikTok.
Oh, I'm not on the TikTok right now. That is despicable. When was this?
It was yesterday or the day before. It came across my feed because it's not on mainstream media because we know who owns that. But yeah, that country we can't speak about dropped the largest bomb since Hiroshima.
Yeah,
and then took out people, like an entire like in a Manhattan size area. Like that's just gone.
Oh my God. Okay, so people like Barack Obama have no right to be criticizing the war in Iran because this is what everything that he did was leading up to this. Literally everything that Barack Obama did was leading up to this. Iran is the 7th country on the list of the 7 countries that they wanted to invade from the clear break strategy. So he's full of shit. He can kiss my ass. And I think Gavin Newsom's going to be worse than Barack Obama. And a lot of people falling for that whole Gavin Newsom, charismatic, Democrat, I'm going to fix this. We're going to tax the billionaires once. Kiss my ass. They're full of shit. This is why we get more and more war. It's just two sides of the same fucking coin. They have the same agenda. They have the same donors. They have the same fucking beliefs. They serve one class and it's not us. And it's all at the expense of not just the Americans. It's at the expense of people that they're literally killing all over the fucking world. That's the price of U.S. hegemony, and it's falling. It's faltering right before our very eyes, and then people are wondering why Americans are voting for socialism. This is why. Wars are expensive, okay? Barack Obama started 5 fucking wars. When he went in office, we were in 2 wars, but by the time he left, we were in 7. He dropped so many bombs. we ran out of fucking bombs. His drone fare war program had a 90% hits on unintended targets and 10% hit on people that were literally just murdered without a fucking warrant or a fucking court date. He killed American citizens without habeas corpus. He prosecuted more whistleblowers than any other American president through the Espionage Act. Kiss my ass. This is your fault. The reason we have a Donald Trump is because of these fucking mediocre Democrats like him. Fuck this guy. He's full of shit. So don't come over here talking shit about about fucking Donald Trump. This is your fucking fault. All of you guys. Hillary Clinton would have been worse than fucking Trump, because Hillary Clinton, when she wrote her stupid little book, she thought Barack Obama didn't go hard enough on two things, which I actually give him credit for: Iran and Russia. On everything else, she was hawkish. He was hawkish. They're all the fucking same. And now we get people that want to do whatever the fuck they want. There's small hat people, whatever the fuck you want to call these fucking lunatics, dropping a fucking bomb on Lebanon and killing people. This is despicable. This is American. This is American excellence. These are freaking American presidents. All of them can go to hell. Literally.
All right, guys, we're going to switch gears. We're going to go to the last topic of the night. If y'all are following us for the first time, please make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. It helps if you guys hit the like button. Also, we are accepting super chats if you'd like to send us a super chat in. Last topic of the night, birthright citizenship. All right, I got to do my victory lap because I'm going to need my credit. I told y'all in February 2025, there was no birthright citizenship going to be taken. I told y'all that. Y'all made me feel like I wasn't a conservative anymore. That has nothing to do with it. It has to do with the Constitution. The Constitution you guys claim you love for this country is very clear, whether you like it or not. And because honestly, it even goes back further than the 14th Amendment. If you know the history of America, people were coming here and having anchor babies for years. They were coming over from England and having babies. Like, think about it. But anyways, I'm going to play the clip. Now let the ladies in here. I just had to have my victory lap because I was right yet again. I mean, because I know the law, like, and I know some certain things. Like, Mia knows about the economy. Kimberly knows about immigration and syndicalism and all the big words I can't say. And I know my Constitution, and that is against the Constitution. But here we go. This is Clarence Thomas having a hissy fit.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you, Shannon Bream, for the view from Justice Thomas, who was a dissenter here. Shannon.
Yeah, in his dissent, he gets to that point, Bill, that you're making there. The 14th Amendment was enacted in the wake of the
Also
Civil
a
War,
rapist.
quote, with the one pervading purpose of securing equal citizenship for the freed slaves. He writes, it was enacted, as Justice Harlan wrote, to secure to a race recently emancipated the civil rights that other citizens enjoyed. So Thomas has always been about that was the purpose of the 14th Amendment. He goes on to say that the court, meaning the majority now, has repurposed the 14th Amendment to protect its own set of preferred rights that the Reconstruction Congress never contemplated and that cannot find support in the text. Today, the court does so by recognizing a constitutional right to citizenship for the children of all foreign birth tourists and illegal aliens. Uses very specific language there. Again, Justice Thomas adhering and agreeing with the government's argument, with which they made here very passionately. That the 14th Amendment was about protecting.
Y'all want to know the worst part of today, guys? I'm literally watching people shit on conservatives. They called Amy Coney Barrett a DEI hire. When they all kicked and screamed, Kimberly, am I wrong? They all kicked and screamed for months about how qualified she is and how great she is. And now, which we all know, honestly, I don't think Amy Coney Barrett was qualified. And just for me, she was not that great. She was not that strong of a candidate. But they all kicked and screamed about how great she was. Now, when she goes and does something they don't like, she's a DEI hire. Make it make sense. I won't be surprised if they start attacking her black children, because I don't know if y'all noticed. She got black children that she adopted from Haiti. These people are sick.
Honestly,
I'm sickness.
I give her credit because I have been seeing the Amy Coney Barrett hate. I give her credit. I do the same whenever there's a Supreme Court justice who stands out. Good for her. Okay? Good for her. Because if you read her opinion, she makes really good points. She's very thought out. So she's not, I don't know who allowed her to make this decision. I don't know if they count the votes with the Supreme Court like they do with the House, and the who knows what's really in charge and who calls the fucking shots, right? But this never had a chance. Constitutionally, this never had a fucking chance. And there is a problem with like visa tour programs of people who come over here. There was a hospital in Pomona, the hospital that my daughter was born in. There was a doctor that got caught because he was filling up hotels full of Chinese immigrants, bringing pregnant Chinese immigrants over here, having babies, anchor babies, taking them back over there, and they're reaping off of the American benefits and bringing their American children back over here for school. He was doing this for a long time. A lot of Russians do that. There are different Asian countries that do that. It is a problem. It's not something that they're willing to fix because everybody involved benefits off of it. A lot of the things that we see with the crime, there's somebody benefiting off of it. And it's not just the people doing the crime, right? These conservatives cry about immigration. If they really wanted to fix immigration, they weren't going to do this whole spectacle of these mass deportations that never happened. They would have just enforced E-Verify. They would have gone after the corporations. They wouldn't have made a carve out for agriculture and hospitality. They're not serious. Conservatives love illegal immigration. They did it in Georgia once where they like cracked down on like illegal immigration on in agriculture. In less than a year, they had to reverse it and allow for work visas for these undocumented immigrants to come back and work.
Brown Jackson.
So if this whole issue with immigration is so backwards, it's all for show. He's just, I think, trying to throw some little breadcrumbs at his followers, like, see, I'm actually doing something, when he's really fucking not. So I don't know if they allowed Coney Barrett to do this or if she just stood on principle. Either way, from the beginning, the constitutionalist scholars always said, this is stupid. You can't take away birthright citizenship. This is retarded.
Even Nick Fuentes says it's retarded. I'm gonna play.
Yes.
I'm gonna play this clip and see what I'm gonna get Mia in here after this. This is, again, I want to play Megyn Kelly. I like Megyn Kelly. Let me be clear. Me and Mia, I think you are a libertarian, but we're conservative like. And we like these people, but I like her. I don't know about you. Let me not speak for Mia. Mia will give her opinion. I like her, but when you're wrong, you're wrong. This is what she had to say about Amy Coney Barrett. Hold on.
Justice Amy Coney Barrett, a Trump appointee. She's supposed to be one of ours. Why are they always so wiggly? Honestly, like the libs, you can take it to the bank.
She doesn't belong to you.
Sotomayor, Ketanji Brown Jackson. I have to admire their commitment to their side. They never abandon their side. Only in the most obvious cases where they'd just get killed if they didn't, in terms of the, blowback, the rhetorical blowback, but they stick together. Amy Coney Barrett is a turncoat. She's constantly siding with the left. John Roberts, obviously, and he is pursuing the wrong agenda as Chief Justice. He's an institutionalist meant to protect the Supreme Court. That's not your job. That's not your job in the actual decision making. I mean, I can see in protecting the Supreme Court's reputation.
Listen, y'all, I've heard enough of this bitch. I'm sorry. I like you, but I've heard enough of you. Mia, should these people have sides and opinions when they're on the Supreme Court? What's your thoughts?
I mean, for starters, Amy Coney Barrett isn't owned by anybody. She is a sentient human being who has free will. So why conservatives constantly think they own her is fucking retarded. I'm so sick and tired, but nobody owns anybody. Slavery has been abolished. Now that we've set that straight. Amy Coney Barrett is a Catholic, and Catholics are historically Democrat. Just because you think she's conservative, just because she was put in place by Trump thinking that she was conservative, Catholics have always been Democrat. Catholics are some of the most staunchest Democrats. She was always a Democrat in sheep's clothing, period. So they need to stop thinking of her as a conservative. She will always have Democratic tendencies. She's a Catholic. Anybody who lives in a Catholic heavy area like New England, outside of Boston, will tell you fucking Catholics are always Democrats. They may lie to you and say they're conservative, bitch, they're Democrats, period. So that's why we see her defect to the other side so often, because she is Catholic and she is Democratic in her heart. But at the end of the day, last time I checked, in order to overturn an amendment in the Constitution requires what? Like 2/3 of Congress have to agree. Plus, it has to pass the Senate. Nowhere in the history of the United States does the president get to unilaterally decide by the signature that a constitution is not part of a constitution amendment is getting overturned. Why are we acting so dumb? This whole thing was retarded. It's smoke and mirrors. He just wants to garner his base and throw him a little breadcrumb. Never has the president ever had the authority to overturn the fucking United States Constitution. That is not his fucking job. Pick up a fucking book, people. Pick up a fucking book. Okay, let me show you something that I keep at my desk. It is a pocket constitution. Everybody should get it. I know half you fuckers can't read, but it's lovely to have when you need a little pocket-sized reference. The president has never had the authority to overturn the Constitution. That is the job of Congress. It's in here. And the reason they did that was because we don't have a king. Because if the president could unilaterally overturn this little document here, we would have a king. That's why the founding fathers didn't allow one man to overturn this. You all are a bunch of fucking idiots and retards. Pick up a book. I'm sure you can buy it on Audible for like $19.99. I know some of you are broke. We'll start a GoFundMe for you. Fucking idiots. Can you believe we have this conversation?
I'll buy you one. I'll send it to your house.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna start taking donations. We're gonna do a raffle for Constitution.
We're gonna start it. Audible for these people that can't read.
Like seriously, like Mia's right. And also, I'm sorry, maybe you guys don't want to listen to women. I know we got groypers in here. I know y'all don't like Nick, but I like Nick because Nick breaks it down. Nick said this in January 2025. I'm gonna play his clip.
Orders saying that his government will not recognize the citizenship of people that are born to illegal aliens, setting up a legal battle. And he probably knew that, but he passed an executive order saying that anybody that is born to an illegal alien or even someone on a visa can no longer be considered a citizen and is therefore an illegal alien, which is a pretty sweeping reinterpretation of the 14th Amendment. And everybody applauded this. And I think it's a good thing. I'm glad that he did it. This is good. And I support overturning automatic birthright citizenship. Here's the rub, though. As of today, this executive order has been challenged by 22 U.S. states and a few U.S. cities.
All right, I'm gonna mute him because I know people don't like him. I know Kimberly can only take so much of him. What's your thoughts, Kimberly?
Honestly, I like watching his videos because I agree with a lot of the things he says. I just think there's just something off about him. He's a hateful person when he gets in his little moods and he says some crazy shit, especially when he starts saying the N-word, N-word, N-word.
Yes,
that's honest. That's somebody else who needs to get their ass beat. You can't be doing that, okay? But like, I like him when he talks to Dave Smith. They have really good, nuanced, long-form conversations. He's very intelligent.
Yes, I like his breakdowns. He says it.
He has range. He's very well-spoken. And then I don't know. I can't see my comments from YouTube on here, but I commented earlier that his face looks nice. Like his skin, he got a facial or he got laid because his skin is glowing. He looks a little bit. He looks a little nicer than normal. He's been losing some weight. He looks good. Good for him. Okay. I'm not like a professional hater.
Existence of the United States of
He
America.
is my brother in Christ. Amen. And he's right. And I mean, I don't agree. I don't think we should overturn birthright citizenship. I'm sure there's a solution to like I said earlier about the visa babies. I don't know what that is. I'm sure somebody smarter than me can think of what that is. I think it has a lot to do with this. Like I said, it's a debilitating social safety net. It's not really meant to create or created to uplift people. It's more created like the social safety net that people like to fraud in the system. It's because that's how it's created. So we need to just rethink everything, right? We need to rethink everything. We need smaller government. We need big money out of politics. And people, honestly, we just need a overturn of this whole American culture, which is consumeristic and superficial. So, I mean, at least he's having the conversation. I just can't stand his racist shit. And when he starts trolling, he sounds dumb. That when you play those clips when he's like N-word, 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 that's when I'm like, this is gross.
I'm not gonna play that. I don't want to mess with our live. And
yeah.
But anyways, I do want to play this clip though. I'm gonna play it. It's really short. This is the level of hypocrisy we're seeing from MAGA and conservatives tonight. Hold on, wait, here we go.
Once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to conservatives on the Supreme Court, given a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to lawfully preserve the future existence of the United States of America, decided instead, at least one of the alleged conservatives, Amy Coney Barrett, decided to protect her own image as nonpartisan. I mean, catastrophic does not begin to describe this ruling. It's yet another way in which our laws are being bastardized and distorted beyond recognition as a way of transforming this country into something unrecognizable. Conservatives on the Supreme Court, given a once...
So luckily, that's a very short clip. I didn't cut him off. It was literally 30 seconds. He said 30 seconds of nothing. Mia, what's your thoughts?
Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, I've never collectively seen, and I never bring up race, but I've never collectively seen a group of Caucasian people be so upset about something. It's not my fault, okay? It is not my fault that the United States is a melting pot and heaven forbid your lineage have a little bit of brown in the Christmas tree, dude. I'm sorry. This is what's gonna happen when we all elevate. We all, interbreed, we all intermix, a lot of mixed races are coming up and happening. It's okay. All right. Your Christmas tree shouldn't look like a wreath. You want to aim for a tree with various branches. That's how you get the good genetics in. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that deep, bro.
Mia, you want to know,
isn't that deep.
You want to know the crazy part, Mia? This was a win last week. I don't see people aren't talking about this, but did y'all hear what happened? Well, Kimberly might not think it's a win. Mia's going to agree with me. The TPA status. Did y'all hear what happened? The temporary status with the
they revoked it.
Well, it's not that they revoked it. They're going to enforce it finally because it's really supposed to be temporary, 18 months. Now they're going to enforce it. That was a win for conservatives. I didn't think it was going to ever happen, and here we have it. Number two, the other win that people are not talking about, that they're just obsessed with the negative. The other win is, remember how when people would make it to the border, we would allow them in, we'd send them a letter, they maybe show up, they maybe most likely not show up. That has ended now. You make it to Mexico, they're no longer going to allow you in. They're stopping it. They're going to give you, like, I guess, like something to say, we'll take your information, we'll then let you, about the amnesty, we'll then let you know when you can come back. That is a win. Like for me, maybe not for you, Kim. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend you because I know you're very passionate about immigration. But for me as a conservative, you have to take the wins. And I'm sorry, that's a W for the Trump administration. But instead, they're focused on something that goes against the Constitution. It's never going to happen. You can't take away rights of American citizens. When you're born here, you're an American citizen. That was before the 14th Amendment, in my opinion. That was way before it. Kim, what's your thoughts? I don't want to offend you. I know you're passionate about the immigration, but I'm just saying, like, they got some things. It wasn't all like L's last week.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I think I'm sure there's like the amnesty. We'll get back to you. It's a case-by-case basis, but I mean, the real solution to that would be giving people temporary work visas, because a lot of these migrants are economic migrants. They're work migrants. And it's not necessarily their fault. The majority of the migrants that come here for economic reasons, we've destabilized their countries. So we're going around wreaking havoc all over the world, taking up and stealing their resources, concentrating that wealth here. Right, naturally, you're going to get economic migrants because all the wealth is being hoarded here. That's why they come here. It's not because they think they're going to be treated nicely. And all. The one thing about immigration is it's a case-by-case basis. I'm not unreasonable, right? We can deport the violent criminals. Shit, even if they're American, you can deport violent American criminals. Get rid of them, I'm kidding, but so I'm pretty reasonable. I don't get offended at all. But I do see how I think we're getting to it's giving me, this whole news cycle is giving me, when was that? It was like 2015, 2016, when everything was really divisive, like Hillary, Trump. Do you guys remember that? Everything was really negative all the time. Like the news cycles right now, I think that's what it feels like right now. Hey, be quiet. Shh. You're with me. But it's really, really negative. And you're right. They should at least just talk about it. But the way they're reacting, their G-strings are in a bunch, honestly, because they're overreacting. You win some, you lose some, you move on. I guess maybe they get more views like that. Maybe we should be pissed off all the time. These
people, nothing ever pleases them. I can tell you a win for a win. I do think Trump is doing a good job at the border. He's done a great. You got to take the wins with the losses. But the reality is, people are, when they're born here, they're a citizen. Now, do I agree that the parents should just automatically be allowed to stay? No. I'm gonna be real with you, but the kids, they're citizens. I don't know. What's your thoughts? You're more conservative than me sometimes.
I'm a libertarian. I'm pretty anti-government, and I believe in the smallest possible government. And the Constitution is very clear. If you're born here, if you come out the coochie and you land on American soil, you're an American. I don't know why people are so upset that Trump couldn't unilaterally change that. He is not king. That is not how the Constitution is. Like I said, if you don't know how to read, we'll start a GoFundMe for you, and we'll get you an Audible book, and it'll talk to you and it'll walk you through the process. I don't know why people were actually thinking this was going to work. Like, they actually thought that the Supreme Court was going to overturn an amendment codified into our Constitution. They weren't going to. They're not going to touch it. And to be honest, if they were to even allow it, then what's to say the next president wouldn't change it further in the opposite direction, right? So it's like, you can't allow changes to happen, because when you allow one person to make changes, you have to allow everybody else after to make changes. And some people don't have that afterthought of an action. I'm sure it was weighing very heavily on the Supreme Court justices. Do I think all children born here to migrant undocumented parents should get citizenship? Absolutely not. I agree with at least one parent should be legal here in order for them to have status, but that's not part of the Constitution, and it is what it is. Maybe they can do policy changes, maybe with better amnesty programs and expanding and actually getting documents for these people. It might change, but I think at this point in time, the Constitution's very clear. People need to read it, and they will be able to adjust their priorities and their expectations after they read it.
Other countries do that, like Mexico.
But it's one of those things too, where you guys were talking about winning and losing. It's like, yeah, conservatives may have lost this because they've obviously never read the Constitution. But at the same time, it's like the Constitution, the Supreme Court said men cannot play in women's sports, that it is okay to bar them. That is a win to me. That's a win, protecting young girls and women. That's a win. Men should not be allowed to be on our sports teams. Boys should not be allowed to take spots for girls. And the Supreme Court said, no, boys do not have the right to take a spot of a woman, thus protecting women, because it seems that nobody on the Democratic side wants to protect women anymore. That's a win for me. That's a major win.
That is the win. I was just going to say about the immigration. So the way I got my citizenship through Mexico was I had to have my parents. Both of my parents were born in Mexico. My mom was naturalized as a teen here, but that's how I was able to get my citizenship in Mexico. And in Mexico, there's not outright birthright citizenship. Other countries are like that too. So I'm not necessarily against that, but Mia's right. He can't just overturn the Constitution with the executive order. They had this whole argument about the executive orders during the conversation with the DACA, right? There are limits to the executive orders. And the thing with the biological men or transgender women in female sports, I really don't know anybody in real life, including I have transgender and drag friends, who are in favor of that. It's always these silly Democrat leaders who just try to pander rhetorically because they're sanctimonious virtue signaling, but they don't really protect even themselves or help themselves, really. So there is an unfairness aspect to the biological men, transgender women. Love my transgender friends. There's nothing wrong with being transgender, but in terms of fairness, it's just common sense. And sometimes these Democrats don't help themselves. I have a trans friend who doesn't even agree with transgenders being in the sharing bathrooms. She always goes to the family restrooms or co-ed restrooms, but I mean, she looks like a woman, but she still respects that. She won't go in a female bathroom, just in LA, by the way, just in the off chance that somebody recognizes her and feels uncomfortable. So a lot of these people in real life are more reasonable with the transgender topic. You get a lot of these silly liberal leaders who probably don't even know any transgender people IRL. So, but I think that was a good decision too.
I agree, guys. This was a good show. If you're watching for the first time, please hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. We're going to do closing thoughts. Ladies first. Kimberly, what's your closing thoughts? Well, we're all ladies. I'm so used to saying there's no fellas tonight. Kimberly, what's your closing thoughts?
Shout out to Kamal supporting us in the chat this whole time. Shout out to my co-host, Lenny. Can you guys hear him? Yeah. He's so cute.
Uh-oh. Is it me or her?
We covered a lot.
Oh, she's glitching. Yeah.
I think I was...
You're fine now. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just going to say it's a good show. There's a lot of news going on. I'm really sad to hear about Lebanon. Stop doing that. I'm really sad to hear about Lebanon, and my heart goes out to all my Lebanese friends and everybody around the world. Spread the love to everyone.
Nice. Mia, what's your closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts are, this is a great show. And I hate to end it on like a negative, but as we speak, there is a 10-year-old in Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri, that is being charged with murder one because his parents left a handgun accessible to him underneath the mattress. He picked it up and he ended up killing a 7-month-old baby. So due to the parents' lack of judgment, there is a 10-year-old now facing not the death penalty, but murder one, which means he will be incarcerated till the age of 21. So if you have children, try to do fucking better, try to be fucking better, and try to be a better parent. If you don't want children, don't have them. Close your legs. Surrender them to the hospital, to the police station, or to the fire department. Do not, for the love of God, have children and not try to take care of them, because we have a 10-year-old boy now in St. Louis, Missouri, who's being charged with murder one, which is crazy because he's 10. He had no idea what he was doing. And so far, none of the adults really have been charged with murder one, even though it's their fault. So for the love of God, if you have children, try to do better and try to be better.
That was beautiful. I love that.
That was beautiful, but way to end on a sad note, Mia.
I know.
Yo, welcome to the new party. Thank you to everybody for watching. Shout out to Mr. Joker. When he first got here, he was going in on us, calling us libtards, all sorts of things. But he said this place is so much better than TikTok. He would have been muted and kicked. Yes, so for all of you watching, we don't believe in censorship. However, I do believe in getting your ass up out of here if you're threatening me and my team, because we are ladies, we are women, and if you're going to be a weirdo and you're going to threaten me, you can go bye-bye. Other than that, you can say what you want about us. You can make fun of us. I don't care. May not put your comment on the screen each time, but I'll let you stay and rock out. Incognito said, thank you, ladies. You made a great topic tonight. So shout out to Kimberly and Mia, the great new party team that we got. And my boy Kamal, who will be back with us Wednesday and Thursday night, said this was a great show. Guys, we do this every Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What a sad night. Leave Black people alone. Jake Lang, leave Black people alone. Why you can't just leave Black people alone? I don't care if you want to protest. Go do your own little protest. Leave people alone. We're definitely being lied to about Iran. We're definitely being lied to about Venezuela. Please send prayers to all those being impacted around the world by natural disasters in Venezuela, and also by those being impacted by human disasters in Lebanon and Gaza. Shout out to those people. God bless them. But yeah, birthright citizenship. I'm interested to see what the Supreme Court does. Thank you guys for your support. God bless. And go follow the ladies on the new party at the end. If you guys are watching, please stick around. We have a fun movie for you where we have all of our handles. God bless and good night.
Sisters,
we shall not yield to tyranny.
Our cause just, we will prevail. The fight for our rights. Buffs. Ready for a journey back? Look at this encampment. The spirit of 76 is alive.
Bobby, at this point, history. Shame on you. Shame on you. Because we are being played as the American people. Our money is funding a war that we don't need to be in. I shouldn't be okay with it. So as long as I have breath in my body and a mic to use, I will be speaking out against this.
A true patriot savors these moments, but the fight for liberty calls.
The economy, we have a global economy. That's why we're a number one economy in the world. I know that a lot of people want to paint the horrible view of America, but, you know, go live somewhere else and then tell me America's bad.
Patriotism is all about. Look at these flags. They represent our fight for liberty. This is what
so
American
freaking crazy to me that we have an conflict with Iran before a single person from the Epstein files has been arrested on American soil.
The hour of our liberty is at hand. For freedom is bravo. Brothers and
I was
sisters.
Working, man, you know, but it's good to see Rippy out there handling business, man. And again, hey, that's a lot of black Trump supporters, man. I mean, it feels good to see them, man. So I'm...
My fellow patriots, the hour of decision is upon us. Let us march forth with courage to secure our liberty.
A real coach. People are getting sick of it. The moment a celebrity steps slightly outside the leftist approved narrative, they get attacked. Chili from TLC gets heat over allegedly donating to Donald Trump.
For liberty. The British advance. We must act.
Our supplies are low, but morale is high.
Then we fight for liberty.
Pain's work captures the spirit of we fight for independence.
The
Welcome to my...
that said they were anti-war. I think they said no new wars. Yeah, they voted for a president that was not going to start any new wars. And what's funny to me is that not only were you lied to, not only did this man start this and get out of the
freedom. Greetings from the encampment. The spirit of liberty is strong. We will fight for our rights and our freedom.
Just in order to get the Greater Israel Project accomplished, you have to kill people. That's why it's wrong. Killing people is wrong. Full stop. So you can try to make sense of it with, well, it's a threat and this and that. There's no greater threat than the United States empire.
Vocabulary up, because I'm throwing out words like hubris, acquiesce, verbose. What are you going to do about the dichotomy of the nuance?
To the encampment for liberty.
And what I've learned, and I'm not a liberal or a Democrat. I voted for Trump the first time, but he's become a politician. He lies like all the other politicians. He deceives like all the other politicians.
And me! Soldiers, the enemy is near.
Not only do I love my FBA fam, my Black American fam, my Black people on code, you know, my people that's allies with us, as part of the fam. I love y'all. I love my country too. You feel me?
The cause to victory.
To victory. These pastries are wonderful.
Indeed, but we must stay vigilant.